Hello, welcome back. RealCopStoriesVideos.com, over 390 cop stories. Look them up, they're all mine. Officer getting shot in the coffee room, we covered it up. All kinds of nasty things, please. Ugh. Still remember that stuff, poor guy, but he passed away a while ago, great guy. And in addition to that, over 200 questions and answers. So ask me a question. Want to ask me one? Email me at rsbcopstories@gmail.com. I'll answer you directly, and we're answering it right now. They're asking about policy changes, and now I'm in police pursuit policies. Okay, so when I came out of ICE and working patrol, it's like 1979. I had a very aggressive partner, both of us, ex-Vietnam vets, ex-Marines, pretty aggressive guys. And so the policy came out that we can actually shut down pursuits, meaning that before, when you chase someone, you chase them into the ground. Either he ran out of gas or you ran out of gas, or he crashed or you crashed. There was no, I'll get later on at how that's changed dramatically, but you know, we felt that if the guy takes off, then he's got a warrant, or he's wanted for a felony, or he's got something in the car, which most of the time is true, or something like that. He's narcotics or whatever it is. So it was all out. You'd have 10 cars chasing someone. Okay. About the same time, they came out with this policy where if you felt that, I said it on the last one, if you felt that the guy was unchaseable, like a motorcycle through traffic, a sports car, because we had regular cars you could actually buy off a lot almost. We had beefed up suspension, and they were tuned up a little bit better, but we were pretty much a family car, four-door. We could not do the high-speed pursuits very much. We could and we couldn't. We could do it, but sometimes they tell you how concerned they were about that. On a side note, after every official pursuit, that vehicle you drove had to be taken in and dropped off at the garage, and they had to look over the brakes every time. It was not even it's okay. No, they had to pop it up. They had to sign off, supervisor, that all the brakes were checked and all suspension was checked, because we don't know what this police car has been. We don't know what it's hit, what ruts it's been into, or what it's damaged to it, and it can protect the officers. Okay, so anyway, so we're driving around. I told this story before, I'll tell it again. I'm driving, and I heard about this policy a couple months, and we thought, we're not going to use this. We're going to chase where we want. We're men. We're macho. We're alphas. Okay, yeah, right, fine. So we see a guy, a motorcycle, below a red light, one of these Kawasaki where they lean over and, So, hey, look at that, it's my ticket. Okay, so my partner's ticket. We take off. Long stretch of road, and the road goes kind of like this, kind of goes a little hilly like this. So I get up behind him. We got the plate. I light him up, and we hit the red lights on, we hit the siren a little bit. He looks back. No, he hit it because that front wheel goes up. Okay, we're in pursuit. He's broadcasting. We're in pursuit. No, I think it was 8th Street. Yeah, eastbound 8th Street, passing so-and-so, Roger. All units. Okay, the helicopters are always up anyway, so he's coming. Helicopter's coming. First backup is waiting at, I think it was Lorena, some of these streets I remember years ago. I worked there 8 years. I remember a lot of the streets. 2 units waiting at Lorena, which is pretty much like 5 blocks from where we're coming. Got it. Okay, so then we go through Lorena. Well, I remember now, I'm used to 30-mile-an-hour pursuits. Okay, I'm doing about 45. He's pulling away from me. I go over a hill. He's already over the second hill. He's getting away. We're not going to catch him. So I go, hey, we're not going to catch him. Come on, let's go. That's BS. Let's go. You can catch him. No, I can't chase him. Shut it down. What? I mean, he was just like as loud as I told you. What the F are you doing? I'm shutting it down. I just shut down. I just let off on the gas, and you can see the guy in the sunset. There he goes. I can't believe you did that. I said, well, go and yell at me. Now we're yelling at each other. I pull to the curb. When you drive, you can do what you want. I'm driving. I'm not going to get killed chasing this guy. It's only a ticket. Okay, so one of the first few times we got head-to-head on this. Okay, he didn't like that. So as soon as we say we discontinue the pursuit, Chopper pulls away. He's got better things to do, look for criminals, and all the cars back off, and we get on the radio, and we say, show us clear, ready for calls. Well, that didn't last more than 10 seconds. I heard a supervisor come on. So-and-so, meet me at so-and-so. Okay, fine. And he goes, now you're in for it. You're gonna chew your butt out. Oh, shut up. Okay, fine. So pull into a gas station. He's waiting there. My supervisor would get out. How's it going? He goes, what happened? I told you what I told you. He's pulling away, man. He's pulling away. And he goes, my partner goes, well, we could have got him. I look at him and no, we couldn't have got him. He looks at me. Good call. Put in my log that you had respect for this and that. Oh, I didn't expect that. He goes, yeah. He says, I agree with that new policy. We don't want to kill ourselves chasing these guys. If he wants to kill himself, so be it. Okay, very good. Remember now, this came out because of policy. If we chase this guy, it happened to be a motorcycle, but say he was in a car and he crashed into some poor citizen sitting at a red light, everybody's going to get sued. I'm going to get sued. The city's going to get sued. Take out a poor family sitting there minding their own beeswax. it's not a good thing. Now, you want to chase, how do I call this? How do I say this? Quality criminals, robbers, murderers, rapists. Just a ticket is a ticket. Okay, I mean, it's the lowest thing you can give someone, pretty much, in the hierarchy of penal code sections. It's down at the bottom. Okay, so anyway, okay, fine. So get back in the car, go get something to eat in the hood of our car. Half an hour goes by, 40 minutes. We put ourselves off so we could eat. We haven't eaten, so we're eating a burrito, whatever, and then we clear. Clear means we're ready for calls. Call same sergeant. Meet me at this one intersection. Oh, that's weird. So we drive down there. We hardly ever see sergeants when we work. Very rarely do we see one. You go to a call, as you're coming back from the call, he'll pull up. How did it go? Fine. Okay, no, just drive off. He's just making sure that people are safe and, everything's fine. Well, I told the story before. I'll tell it again because you might not have seen some of my videos. I got 390 of them. And you might have missed this one. The road goes like this, and then it turns, and it goes into the county, which is Indiana Street borderlines from LA City to the LA County area. And right at that bend, there's a big brick building on the opposite side of the street, on the county side, not the city side. And in that wall is this motorcycle. It went from this big to this big, okay? And we pulled up, we knew what it was. We could see the color of the motorcycle, and we knew it was our baby. And, so we pull up, we get out, and there's our supervisor down there, along with a sheriff supervisor and 3 of their guys, and we're there. And of course, the peons, we're just standing, look at the other guys, hey, how's it going here? Because we're all low-level cops, we're street cops. And the sergeant's down over here, and we already know they're having one of these discussions like this. We're all, the 4 of us are going, I'm not a part of that. I don't know, because we're not part of it. This is a command decision. This isn't for lowly guys like us to make a decision like this, So they're asking, they told what happened. I said, well, we told them, we chased the guy, and this is the motorcycle. Wow, cool. Okay, fine. So then I can hear them, now they're in a yelling stage, the 2 supervisors. What they're arguing is that the sheriff says it's our fault that he crashed into the wall, that we chased him, and that because they heard the broadcast on their end because they thought he was going to go into the county. So the radio gal clicks in the county frequency and says you have a pursuit coming in your area, and so his guys and he was ready for us to cross over into their area. They were already ready, and then we called it off. Okay, so that he knows that we were chasing this motorcycle. We even gave him the plate, crying out loud. So he wants us to handle it, our traffic people. Okay, and of course, since the kid is now part of that motorcycle, I'll explain this in a minute, you got a dead body here, okay? And they don't want to be, the sheriffs don't want to handle any of that. So that's what the sheriff's sergeant is saying. And guess what our sergeant says? Oh no, we have it on tape. Our guys canceled the pursuit way before this guy crashed. All bets are off. How weird is that? The little thing that I said ended liability for myself, my partner, our city, and our sergeant because we shut it off. What he did after that, the suspect, he did it on his own because we were not behind him. He probably just thought he could just continue to haul ass and get away from us. Probably. That's what they all do. They want to get away. And to tell you what happened at that, or look at the scene there was an area probably 4 feet high, 6 feet wide against this wall where this vehicle, this motorcycle wound up at. That was the impact. You can actually draw a chalk around it. He became one with that motorcycle. Okay, you could barely see. You could see an arm and a leg. You couldn't see one of the arms. You couldn't see one of the legs. You couldn't see. You couldn't see his head. Okay, and where it was, I have no idea. All you see is metal, plastic, and this metal object pinned against that wall. They're guessing one of the guys said they're right. Guessing he was probably doing about 60 when he hit that wall. Okay. Because you come over like this, and the road subtly turns. And he didn't make that turn. Obviously, you can see the skid marks going right into the building. And of course, the fluids, gasoline. It was a Kawasaki that had a radiator in the front. I know that because there's green fluid coming out, and it's antifreeze, and blood, and some kind of goo. Who knows what the goo is? There's no goo in cars. There's no goo in motors. There's goo in here. There's goo in here. There's goo down there. There's goo everywhere. Okay, you can just look at it. You're looking at this, and of course it's, nothing's flat, so you can see like there's a trail of fluids like going down across the sidewalk into the gutter. You just stand looking at it. This is what cops see all the time. It's looking like, and we're the other 2 sheriffs go, we're like, I wonder what that is. Is that blood? I'm not sure what that is. Is that brain matter? I mean, just That's what you get. You get kind of like, it's not really real. It's not. It looks like somebody, like Hollywood came in here and built this thing. You know, they built this crash, so it looks nice, or it looks like real. It was real. It didn't look real. It was real. So anyway, so that was it. That was the pursuit policy on that. And it was altered so we could stop it. And I think it's good. I think it's guys that want to do testosterone, want to chase, they're upset. But I think it's a good thing, right thing to do, because a lot of officers get hurt doing this. They really do. They crash the thing. They bounce off cars. You know, and bad enough you worry about yourself, and then you worry about, am I going to chase this guy and cause him to kill someone? Happens a lot. It still happens to this day. There'll be a pursuit. Okay, so that's the first change of pursuits that came, was being able to shut it down. And then a few years later, when I worked in another division, a couple years later, policy was adjusted again. And this time they wanted to have only 2 vehicles chasing them and a sergeant. That was the next change, because if you have, again, 8, 10 police cars, that's 20 cops chasing one guy or one car. They want to eliminate that, because again, every car you eliminate from an officer being at pursuit is one less unit that might get hurt. And liability-wise, why do we have to have 10 police cars? We got 1 sergeant and 2 units. That's plenty. That's 5 guys. That's plenty. You got a helicopter. If he runs, that's fine. You got 4 or 5 chasing him. Helicopter could chase him. If he gets in a backyard or in a block, we'll block it off. We'll get a K9. We'll get him anyway. So that's fine. You know, they just have to adjust to the way things happen. So that was the next change, was limiting the number of units in a pursuit. Okay. Then somewhere in the I'm trying to remember what years this were, but somewhere it got to be in the 90s. They adjusted it again, and this time they said, they meaning the brass and the police commission, that a violator, a ticket, basically, takes low priority in a pursuit. You pursue them, you ask for permission from you tell the supervisor what you have, you know, a ticket, and then the supervisor decides whether you should continue or not. And he'll ask you, how dangerous is it? How fast are we going? And you tell him the information, and the supervisor can shut it down. Okay, which is really interesting, because I never heard of us doing that by a higher level. A supervisor making the determination, not the officers. Okay, so they did that. Okay, and then or you'd have a stolen car, and I've seen that lately, meaning the last 5 years or so, where they're chasing like a stolen car, and they shut it down. Too dangerous. So that gets away with a stolen car. Okay, I know one the other day was a motorcycle went up into Palmdale. They lost the vehicle in the dark, and they just shut it down and came back. I mean, you know, so, and I haven't seen it yet where they have a hard crime. A hard crime meaning a felony. Car theft is a felony, but it's a low-grade felony. It's not a, because car theft is, you look at it that way, car theft is really a property crime. You know, unless it's carjacked, that changes it. The carjacking now is a hard crime. In other words, a crime against a person with a gun to their head. Give me your car. That changes everything. So I haven't seen them shut down. Maybe I missed it. I'm sure there has been, where agencies will shut down a pursuit on a hard criminal, a robber, a rapist, a burglar. Burglars, a little gray. Remember, burglary is a crime against property. So there's liability people. The attorneys are figuring this out, that we're going to chase robbers, we're going to chase people that have been victimized and all that, but property crimes we should probably look at, just to see how dangerous the pursuit is versus it's a property crime. It sounds like if you're the person being burglarized, it's a big deal to you, but for liability purposes, for cops chasing somebody who's going to take out a family of 4 at an intersection, is it worth it because somebody broke in your house and took your TV? I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm cold on this, but that's the reality of it, okay? Burglars, stuff like that. Thieves, you know, shoplifters from mall take off in their car. And now this is open to different agencies. Different agencies have not changed their policies. I'm getting out of time here, but a lot of agencies just say, once you're in pursuit, you're in pursuit. And their city council, their mayor, their chief, they decide their policy changes. Our department went because of the liability involved plus political things. But I know smaller departments all around LA, they haven't changed nothing. They're going to pursuit. The sheriffs are almost that way, even though they've changed over the years with different chiefs, different sheriffs, top sheriffs. They still pretty much pursue to the end. They don't, you know. But let me tell you another thing that's coming up here that improved on that, and I'm running out of tape. I'll get to the next one. Is the pit maneuver. That's coming up. Okay, so we'll see you next time. All right. Okay. Bye bye.